Your anxiety after leaving that church, the racing heart, the tension in your shoulders, that feeling like you can't sit still, that is not weakness. That is not a lack of faith. That is your nervous system trying to tell you something. And today, we're going to learn how to listen. Welcome back to Elisha Space, your sanctuary for healing, growth, and the kind of conversations nobody tells you that you need, but everyone needs to have. I'm Elisha, a counselor, author, and your sister in this work. Before we go any further, I want to say this. This is a trauma-informed space. That means we go slow. We honor your nervous system, and we don't spiritually bypass. We go through. Today, we're decoding your body's wisdom, specifically what your nervous system is communicating during spiritual deconstruction. And I know that phrase lands differently for different people, so let me name who this is for. This is for you if you are actively questioning your faith. If you have left or are leaving a high control or toxic church environment, if you are recovering from spiritual abuse or religious trauma, or if you're in that tender in-between space where you're not sure what you believe anymore, but your body feels it all. Your body has been keeping score this whole time. Today, we learn how to read it. Let me give you a quick practical map of how your nervous system works. No medical degree required, I promise. Your autonomic nervous system, the part of you that runs completely on autopilot, operates in essentially three modes. The first, safe and social. This is where you feel connected, regulated, curious, present. You can laugh, you can pray. You can be with people you love. This is where God designed us to live the majority of our lives. The second, fight or flight. Your threat response system. Heart racing, shallow breath, hypervigilance. The feeling of I need to get out of here or I need to push back. The third, freeze or shut down. When the threat feels too big to fight or flee. The body goes very quiet. Disassociation, numbness, emotional flatness, going through the motions of living. Now, here is what most healing content will not tell you about spiritual deconstruction. When you grow up inside or spend years in a high control religious environment, your nervous system is trained to respond to spiritual cues as survival cues. Let me say that again. Your nervous system was trained to respond to spiritual cues as survival cues. That means questioning doctrine can feel like physical danger. Leaving a church can feel like dying. Being shunned by a spiritual community can trigger the same alarm system as being chased. Why? Because for your nervous system, social survival is biological survival. Connection to your community, even a harmful community, reads to your body as I am safe. And disconnection, even healthy, God-directed disconnection, reads as I am in danger. Notice, right now, is there something in your body that just recognize that? Maybe a tightening or a release or a quiet yes. Pay attention to that. That recognition is wisdom. This is why deconstruction can feel so destabilizing. Even when your mind knows it's the right path, your body isn't confused. It's doing exactly what it was conditioned to do. And understanding that is the first act of compassion you can offer yourself. Let's get very practical. I want to walk you through 4 body cues that show up most frequently during spiritual deconstruction. And I want to give you the translation. because your body is speaking. We are learning the language. Q1, anxiety and racing thoughts. What it looks like. Your mind won't quiet down. You're rehearsing conversations with your pastor, your family, your former community. What if they're right? What if I'm the one who's wrong? What if I'm the problem? What it means. Your nervous system is in fight or flight. It has detected a threat to your social belonging, and it's generating options. It is scanning for a way to make you safe. The translation? I am scanning for safety. This is not a crisis of faith. This is a nervous system doing its job in an unfamiliar landscape. Place your hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Notice where your breath is landing. If it's only reaching your chest, that's fight or flight. We're going to address that together in just a few minutes. Now, Q2, chest tightness or shoulder tension. What it looks like. You are carrying your deconstruction in your body. Shoulders near your ears, your jaw is clenched. That low-grade ache across the chest that never fully goes away. What it means? Your body is armoring. It is creating a physical container, a boundary, because you may not have felt safe enough to create an emotional or relational one. The translation? I have been carrying things I was never meant to carry. And there is a scripture that I want to offer here. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. That is not just a spiritual invitation. It is a somatic one. An invitation to put down what religion required you to hold. The performance, the certainty, the image, and to let your body find rest. Q3, restlessness, the inability to be still. What that looks like. You cannot sit in silence the way you used to. Old spiritual practices feel hollow or even triggering. There is a persistent urge to keep moving, keep doing, keep anything but being quiet inside yourself. What it means? Stillness may have been weaponized against you. In high control religious environments, silence was often enforced. Contemplation was monitored. Your inner world was not truly your own. And so your nervous system learned stillness is not safe. The translation? I am relearning what safety feels like in my own body. And that takes time. That takes gentleness. That takes exactly what we're doing right now. Here's a small anchor practice for restlessness. Wiggle your toes. Press your feet deliberately into the floor beneath you. That simple, small movement communicates to your nervous system. I am here. I am present. I am safe in this moment. Not the past, not the future. This one. Cue number 4. Numbness or emotional flatness. What it looks like. You feel nothing. You thought you'd feel free once you left, but instead, you feel hollow, like someone turned the volume down on your entire life. What it means? You may be in dorsal vagal, the freeze and shutdown state. This is your nervous system's deepest protection. When fight and flight are not options, the body goes quiet to survive. The translation? I am not broken. I am conserving. I needed to go somewhere safe inside myself until the outside became safe too. To anyone sitting in that numbness right now, I want you to hear this. The flatness will not be permanent. Your aliveness is not gone. It is waiting. And it is wise enough to wait until you are ready. Your body is not broken. It has been speaking a language you were never taught. Now, let's talk about what to do with what you're feeling. I want to give you a simple framework I use with clients. I call it the C.A.L.M, C-A-L-M reframe, a 4-step tool to interrupt the nervous system's threat narrative and begin to author a new one. C, curiosity over criticism. Instead of asking, why am I so anxious? What's wrong with me? Shift to, this is interesting. My nervous system thinks there's a threat. What is it sensing? Curiosity moves you into your prefrontal cortex, your thinking, integrating brain. Criticism keeps you locked in survival mode. You cannot heal from a place of shame. A, acknowledge the cue. Name it out loud or in your journal. I notice tension in my chest. I notice my mind is racing. I notice I feel numb. Neuroscience supports this. Dr. Dan Siegel calls it name it to tame it, and research shows that naming an emotional state literally reduces activity in the amygdala. Your alarm center quiets when you acknowledge what it's doing. L, locate the safety. Ask yourself right now, in this present moment, am I actually in danger? Often our nervous system is responding to a memory or an anticipation, not a present tense threat. Bring yourself back into now. What do you see in front of you? What do you feel under your hands? The present moment is always safer than what we're projecting. M, move or make sound. This one surprises people. Sound and movement are among the fastest ways to discharge activated nervous system energy. A deep, audible sigh, a gentle hum. Tones in the 432 Hertz range are particularly regulating. Roll your neck. Shake your hands gently. Let your body process what your mind has been holding. Your thoughts follow your nervous system. Regulate the body first. The mind will follow. Before we close today, I want to lead you through something. If you're driving or somewhere you need to be alert, save this section. It's timestamped below, and come back to it when you're settled. But if you're in a safe space right now, I'd love for you to try this with me. Sit comfortably, both feet flat on the floor, hands resting open on your thighs, palms facing up, as a posture of receptivity, not grasping, just receiving. We're going to use a 4-4-6 breath pattern. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It signals to your body the threat has passed. You are safe. You can rest. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold gently at the top for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, place one hand over your heart And if you're willing, say this out loud or just let it settle in your mind. My body has been protecting me, and I am learning to listen. This is both psychological truth and spiritual truth. God wove wisdom into those bodies we inhabit. The cues you've been experiencing, the anxiety, the tension, the numbness, the restlessness, they are not failures, they are messages, and you, beloved, are learning the language. Here is your challenge. Pick one body cue, just one, that has been showing up for you during your healing journey, your season of questioning, or your recovery. And instead of trying to fix it or silence it, get curious about it. Ask it, what are you trying to protect me from? And write down what comes. Because healing is not about fighting your nervous system. It's about coming home to it. If this conversation stirred something in you, and I believe it did, because you're still here, I want to invite you to subscribe and turn on your notifications. We go deeper into the intersection of trauma, faith, and the kind of healing that holds. If someone you love is navigating spiritual abuse, religious trauma, or complex deconstruction, there is a support available. You don't have to do this alone. The link to Restoring You Christian Counseling is in the description. And if this video helped you, would you share it with one person who needs to hear it? There is someone in your world right now who is carrying their body cues of shame. Let's change that. Until next time, I'm Elisha. This is your space. Take good care of yourselves, beloved.